If oil prices skyrocket due to war, what will you do to protect your wealth? Good evening, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So, just to begin this evening, I am featuring a piece that I have not featured before, and here I have King Charles not crowned. Just want to point that out because a previous one that I had shown featuring King Charles, he was crowned. Here, he is not crowned. So this 2023 Silver Royal Mint Britannia, King Charles debuts the effigy of His Majesty, King Charles III. Really want to get it in there so you can see everything. Very, very attractive. After Queen Elizabeth's passing, Prince Charles became King Charles, and the need for a new averse was, of course, born. The effigy of His Majesty King Charles III is displayed on the averse. The background is packed with an eye-catching security structure, and that's what I love about these. I mean, the security elements are just excellent, aside from dazzling. With the recent death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, the 2023 date mark is the last to feature Britannia's longest reigning monarch. That's why we see her so much. The 2023 Queen Elizabeth II Silver Britannia Type 1 has now given way to coins featuring King Charles III. And again, I want to point out that here he is not crowned. And then, of course, Britannia, what have you, the strong, watchful female personification of the United Kingdom, is represented on the averse. Very attractive, very powerful, very sleek. And currently, you can still find these for around $36, $37 with free shipping, which I just think is excellent, excellent. If it was up to me, because you know how life can be very complicated and contradicting, but if it was up to me, I would be getting tubes of American Eagles, tubes of Libertads, tubes of Maple Leafs, and tubes of Britannias. And I'm talking tubes, 10 at a time, 10, 12 at a time, and that's how I would be stacking silver, especially if you have the capital to do so. You cannot go wrong with any of the coins that I just named. American Eagles, because they are backed by the U.S. government. And then you have the Maple Leafs. They are so pure, so sought after, the Canadian Maple Leafs. And they actually are number 2 to the American Eagle, so they rival the American Eagle. And then you have the Libertads. The premiums on those are glorious. And then aside from that, they're just beautiful, glorious coins. If you can get them for under premium, closer to spot, by all means, stack on them. Very hard to do that, though. And then, of course, the Britannias, my goodness. Some of the best silver, especially for the price right now. You cannot go wrong. Right now, we're witnessing a major escalation in global conflicts, and tensions are rapidly rising between the U.S., Iran, and their allies. Just recently, the U.S. launched airstrikes on Iran-backed rebels in Yemen. This is a clear indication that the situation is not calming down. Every move like this increases the chances of a larger, more widespread conflict in the Middle East, involving more countries and potentially leading to serious economic consequences. Now, think about what this means for global markets. When conflicts escalate in oil-rich regions like the Middle East, it doesn't just mean higher gas prices. It impacts everything. I mean absolutely everything. We've already seen oil prices skyrocket when tensions flare up in the region, but this time, I hate to say it, is going to be much worse. Supply chains supply chain disruptions, inflation, and market volatility are all on the table. And as tensions continue to rise, the US and other Western nations will likely face increased threats to their economies. And as I say, every single episode, gorgeous, stunning. Why would you not be stacking, actual God's money? Gold or silver? I get it, gold's expensive, stack silver. But this is why silver is more critical than ever. I mean, now. We're already seeing that inflation is persistent, despite efforts by the Federal Reserve to tame it. I mean, they've done a terrible, horrific job. But what happens if the situation overseas keeps spiraling? Higher energy costs and supply chain disruptions will only push inflation higher. I mean, common sense. Governments and central banks can try to print money and implement policies to deal with the crisis, but that will likely devalue currencies even further, devalue the US dollar even further. Not a smart move right now, especially right now. As the value of paper currencies diminishes, and inflation rises, physical assets like silver will hold their value and will even increase as people rush to safe havens. Silver has been a hedge against economic instability for centuries. According to experts, centuries. But I will claim, according to the Bible, for millenniums. And unlike stocks or digital assets, it's tangible. Tangible. Something you can hold and rely on when things get tough. But folks, thank you so much for joining us for another evening of Silver Dad Knows. God bless you. God bless your household. And as always, God bless America.